Manga-Waido.
Hello? What, now? Okay, I'll be there in a bit. I'm Masafumi Hirai. I work at a hotel. I got off work early that day, so I decided to go grab a beer, but after my first beer, I got a call from my boss telling me to come back. This sucks. But then... That'll be $100. What? Don't you mean $10? $6 for the beer, $14 for the snacks, $20 for the seats, $30 for the weekend tax, and $30 for service. What? You never told me this! I don't know what to tell you. This is a price, so... This is ridiculous. Look, if you're not gonna pay, I'll just have to call the cops. What? Then this young couple behind me... Wow, this place is really cheap!
You're right, wow.
What did you order? Huh? Oh, one beer. What? And his tab is more expensive? That makes no sense. You're trying to rip him off, aren't you? Wait, no, wait! My friend came here the other day and got ripped off too. He was with 2 other guys and their check was $420. But today we ordered the same exact things and our bill was only $80. It's pretty obvious you're ripping people off. And you're going after those who probably won't fight back. That's not true!
Should we call the cops on him?
Stop! Fine, just pay me $10 and go! In that case, I want a refund for my friends. Fine, here! Just go, okay? So I paid him $10 and left. The young people behind me, they got a refund for their friends. Hey guys, thank you. I'd buy you another round of thank you, but I gotta go back to work, so... Don't worry about it. Oh, here. This is the hotel I work at. Take some coupons. Again, thanks for everything. So I headed back to work. Then, a few days later, they all came to see me at the hotel. Hello! Hey there! Oh, hey guys! We talked over some coffee when I was on break. That day at the bar, they were wearing a disguise to get their friend's money back. Their names were Shotaro Miki, Daisuke Yamaoka, and Megumi Nakazuka. I know that logo. My daughter goes to the same school. She's in high school. Oh, cool! What are the odds?
The school festival is coming up soon, right?
What? Oh, I didn't know. I'm always busy with work, so I rarely get to go home. The other night, you said you were heading back to work, too. You must have a lot on your plate. Yeah. That night, one of our new employees messed up. His name was Yoji Imamura. He only did what he was told to do. His father was on the board member, so my boss, Arakawa-san, was put in charge of training him, but a week later, he put me in charge. So now I had to clean up this mess as well. Sometimes I couldn't even go home to sleep. I gotta explain everything to him, you know? And sometimes he gets in a real bad mood. I have to spell everything out for him. He can't read between the lines, you know? He's a hardworking guy, but I don't know. Sounds like he has a developmental disorder. What? Developmental disorder. One of our teammates has it too. We gotta explain everything to him. But he does everything he's told, and he's the hardest working player on the team.
Yeah, they say you should focus on things they're good at.
That's right. When you nurture their talent, they can go on to do amazing things. I see. I've heard of developmental disorder before, but I knew nothing about it. So I read some books on it, and it was all starting to make sense. I see. So I gotta focus on the things he's good at. Imamura, can I talk to you for a minute? When you're working, what troubles you the most? Well, I have a hard time adjusting when people tell me to change things up at the last minute. Sometimes it's inevitable and I realize that, but When people just tell me that I don't have to do something anymore, it really frustrates me. I see. Is there anything I can do to change that? Well, I'd like to have specific instructions. For instance, instead of saying, you don't have to spend much time on cleaning today, maybe you could say something like, you don't need to wipe the counters today, just vacuum the floor. Something like that. I see. Is there anything else I could do to make things easier for you? Well, after that, I went around and explained his condition to the other employees so that they'd have a better understanding of it. Then, after a little while, Imamura started doing much better. You're right, son. The other day you asked me what I was good at, and I'm really good with numbers, so maybe I could do something like data analysis. I see. Maybe you should be working in the back office then. Yeah, I can organize and analyze data all day long. Well, in that case, can I put you in charge of data entry and analysis? It's a lot of work, but you can count on me! So I put him in charge, and it was the best decision I ever made. He was very good at it. The other employees started to take notice. And thanks to him, we no longer had to work OT to organize data. You did a fantastic job with my son. Thank you. His father came to thank me in person. I didn't do much, sir. It was all him.
Yeah. And sir, let's not forget, you put me in charge of his training, so...
Seriously? But then, before I could say anything... So what? You said you hated dealing with me. That's why you put Hirai-san in charge.
What?
Dad, Arakawa-san didn't do anything. And he's very abusive to the other employees as well. What? So the board members started looking into it, and as a result, Arakawa-san got demoted. As for me, they really liked what I did with Imamura, and they promoted me to manager. I'm glad I got promoted, but we're losing customers left and right. I was glad I got promoted, but now I had other problems on my hands. That night, I decided to take those college kids out for dinner, to thank them for the advice they gave me on Imamura. This is so good! I want another one!
Can I get more risotto over here?
This cake is delicious! Wow, you guys are eating machines. Damn. You look tired, Hirai-san. Yeah, long day, huh? Yeah, I got promoted, but it's a lot of work. I didn't want to complain about work to a bunch of college kids, but I couldn't help it. Then... Wait! What is it? We're still in college, so we don't know much about running a hotel, but I know someone who might be able to help! So a few days later, he set up a meeting for me. Hello, I'm Nezu from Waido Rental. We're a rental company for office furniture and appliances. Hello, I'm Hirai. His name was Nezu-san. He was a very skilled salesman, and he knew a lot of people. I was looking at your pamphlet, and can we use this room for training new employees? Yes, sir. It comes with desks, chairs, and a whiteboard. I see. Sounds good. If it's okay with you, I'd like to use this room every few months. That'd be great. Thank you. And, when I was in the waiting room, I saw your copy machine. It looks quite old. Yeah, it's about 17 years old now. Well, in that case, if you switch to this model, you'll save this much. Wow, that's incredible! Then he started giving me more advice on how to cut costs. After that, he started recommending our hotel to his clients, and thanks to him, we started seeing more customers. Nezu-san, thank you so much. Oh, I didn't do much. I'm just glad Daisuke introduced me to you. Yeah, thanks again, Daisuke. No worries. You're always giving me free food, so it's all good. Hey, stop it. No worries. Here you go. Eat up. Thanks. Daisuke. Oh, right. Huh?
Hirai-san, we got a surprise for you.
Huh? Sakura, come out here! What? It was my daughter. Apparently, she became friends with them.
you said you could never make time to talk with her and stuff, so...
Yeah, we thought this might be a good opportunity. Yeah, I was actually watching you work.
Oh, I see.
At home, you're always exhausted, and most of the time, you just sleep on the couch, but today you were like a completely different person. It was kind of cool seeing you like that, Dad.
Thanks. Sorry I'm always like that at home.
Don't worry, I know how hard you've been working.
Thanks.
And I know you're doing all of this for us, so I just wanted to thank you.
Sakura, I had to try really hard not to cry. But then... What's that smell? What's going on? Then the fire alarm went off. One of the rooms was on fire. I had to act fast! Okay, everyone, there's no need to panic. Get a single file line and follow our staff to the exit. Imamura, Suzuki, take our guests outside. Take them to the parking lot outside. Yes, sir! You guys, go with them, just in case.
What about you, Dad?
I gotta go check on the other guests. Please, look after her. Yes, sir. Don't worry, I'll be fine, okay? Sir, it's this room. I'll put out the fire. Go check out the other rooms and make sure nobody's left behind. Yes, sir. I was able to put out the fire within a few minutes. Thank goodness. Apparently, the guest fell asleep with a lit cigarette still in his mouth. And to my surprise, the guess who started the fire? The guy who tried to rip me off. The fire wasn't that big, but we couldn't use the room for a while. And since this was his fault, we asked him to pay for damages. $5,000 for one pillow? Screw you! Well, we had to get new wallpapers for the room, and some new carpets as well, so until the repair is done, we can't use the room, and here's a breakdown of the $5,000. Shut up! Stop trying to rip me off! Get lost! Ugh! He threw his phone at me, so I had no choice but to call the cops on him. The guy got arrested, and his parents ended up paying us for the damages done. I later learned that he lost his job at the bar. And the bar itself, it went out of business a few months later. Apparently they tried to rip off this guy, but he was a member of the Yakuza. I guess they messed with the wrong guy. Sucks for them, but oh well. Anyways, being a manager was a lot of work, but I was starting to enjoy it. Sir, I'm done with the list of addresses. Thank you. Could you send the data to Nakamura-san then? Tell him it's for the newsletter. Thank you. Your instructions are always really precise and easy to understand. Thanks. Well, let's get to it then. Yes, sir! Imamura-san was doing great too. Anyways, it was a rough couple of months, but glad everything worked out. Time to get back to work.